Shalom, this is your Ark. Yah is magnified. Coming back with another informative video. Today I have my Ark on the phone with me. He's going to explain the situation and what happened on this court date. As you all can see, this is a notice of the hearing on the screen. So I'm going to have my Ark come on and explain what happened, in his situation. You ready, Ark?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, the floor is yours.
All right, cool. Well, first I just want to go ahead and give honor to God, in the Most High. However, you do your prayer, but, I'm just thankful for these eyes and these ears and this mouth, you know what I'm saying, so everything can do what it do. And with that being said, for everybody that's listening, I call from Atlanta. I'm like in the heart of Atlanta, in the 30331 area code. And my journey started out like most of you guys that ended up on this page or on this channel. I was searching for some right information, some right knowledge, and I came across, virus, and I saw his information, and I heard the conviction he was speaking from, and I just figured like, some of it sounds okay, some of it didn't, but ultimately I just didn't, I didn't pretty much like the delivery, and it's like I just kept searching, because I prayed for right direction, and not just direction altogether. So here I am, talking to Yah is magnified. Well, listening to Yah is magnified before I even talked to him. He was saying a lot of things that were making sense. I had questions in life, and it seemed like spiritually, the information that he was giving, it just kind of aligned with the questions that I had. And then as he put out those gems and all that remedy for everybody that needs, it just seemed like it was hitting dead on, and it made me reach out. When I got my mail, finally, I reached out to you, and I wanted to offer my gift, but I came short, so I asked if we could work something out to eventually, give what I needed to give. And by the time I gave my gift, I was like 3 weeks, like 3.5 weeks to my court date, which is September the 3rd. The paperwork on the screen, what it's showing, well, I know it should at least be 2. If it's not 2, then it's 3. One of them is saying about a continuance from, I believe, either a March or April date, and then they pushed me to September 3rd. And I'm looking at the top of this paper, and it's saying a continuance, and I'm thinking to myself, like, hold on, wait, how can we continue anything if it hasn't started? Especially if I even have the knowledge of it, So I reach out to the woman that's I guess that's trying to give me this issue, and I asked her what's going on, and of course she talked down to me, she talked bad to me, telling me what I need to do, what I have to do, and she said the last thing she said just kind of stood out to me. That made me want to fight harder. She said, "You need to stand up and take responsibility, be a man." And I said, "You know what? You're right." So got the ball rolling. I got the ball rolling with Yah is magnified. Just stay studying, man. Just stay studying. Just in a worst case scenario, if I don't, if I didn't come with my gift, but everything worked out like I need to. And I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward to let's see, to the sending off the paperwork. So people that know about Georgia or know anything about Atlanta, I had to send my papers off to East Point. And when I sent my papers off to East Point, I addressed the correct people, and I used priority mailing. So when I tried to go send off this paperwork on a Thursday, when I finally got my remedy and my help from Yah is magnified, I started reading it, started looking over it again. I started to assess. I started to, like putting in that actual work, trying to find out what these words mean, because I'm not a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I don't practice law at all. I just want to get my enlightenment so I can get better assistance for my situation. So after I got confident enough with the paperwork that I have, just to make sure, I'm not crashing out, I finally put the papers in where it needed to go, and I actually put another extra step, I want to say, just to make sure that it touched the right hands and got addressed to the right people. So when I put my paperwork in on Thursday, I got text message notifications letting me know, hey, it hit this area, it hit that area. Oh, and it finally got to its final area. And when they got to its final area, it never told me that the person who it was for, they finally received the paperwork. It just said that it touched zip code 30344. And if anybody know anything about Atlanta or Georgia, you know that that's what the child support office is here. So, you know, I'm happy about the situation. I enlightened Yard's Magnified, let him know what's going on. And he said, all right, cool, now we waiting. You know, so we're gonna hear back. Now, when I got my green slip back, let me know, hey, everything was good. Something interesting happened right then and there. Right before I even got into the courtroom. I ain't even got into the courtroom and I started seeing games. So on my green slip, if you can provide that picture, if you have that picture up, it shows that, you know, I'm sending my mail off and I got my recipient to sign. My recipient is supposed to have a name, but COVID-19 signed for my paper. They signed for my mail. COVID-19 signed for my mail.
So hold on. So that what they put on the green card. I don't have the green card. On the screen, I only have the order. Not the order, but I only have the notice of continuance for that was on September 3rd. But you said on the green card, it simply stated that it was signed by COVID-19.
Yeah, a virus signed for my paperwork. That's what they said. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, so I had to pause the video real quick just to show y'all the green card that my aunt was talking about. So as you all can see, it was signed COVID-19 on 8/19/2020. Okay, so I just wanted to show you all that before we proceed forward. Now let's get back to it. Signed by COVID-19.
Yeah, a virus signed for my paperwork. That's what they said. You know what I mean? So you know, I hit up Yard's Magnified, you know, and I let them know, man, they playing already. You know what I'm saying? So with that right there, it kind of gave me that extra boost and that little extra, you know, ego to, you know, to move like a king, like I am. You know what I'm saying? So when we put that paperwork in, and we put our counter offers in, they had 21 days to respond. And the crazy part about it is the 21st day is the date of the court hearing, which is September 3rd. Now, if you've seen the prior testimonies, you know, they put it out there that this virus is in the way of a lot of hearings, and they're stopping stuff. They're trying different methods of getting that money about you via, like, you know, Zoom or whatever, over the phone. You know what I mean? Whatever ways they could do their thing. So after seeing that they signed for it and knowing that the 3rd is the 21st date, you know, I'm going in there locked and loaded. I'm getting ready to go into the Supreme Court, the Superior Court, locked and loaded. So, like I was telling on Yard's Magnified earlier, I've gone in the grocery store plenty of times, and I might stumble and still try to find things that I'm looking for. But it was something different in the air with this courtroom. It's like as soon as I got there, I knew my mission. I didn't miss a beat. I didn't miss a step. I got exactly to the departments. And y'all, it's Magnified. I finally got the name of that place I told you I was going to. So they sent me to the docket, but I'm going to get into that. So they say that you cannot, the court is not open to the public until 8:30. Okay, cool. I'm there at the courthouse. I first got there at 7:50. You know what I'm saying? I'm studying my paperwork. I'm putting my stuff together. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying. I'm getting myself together. So here it is at 8:10. People walking in, they're walking out because they can't get in because they're the public. And then I just saw this big herd of the employment. You know what I'm saying? All the employees, they just start coming out of nowhere, going into the building. So I said, okay, cool. We're getting that much closer to 8:30. Right. Here it is at 8:20. Yeah, here it is at 8:20. I stepped in there. I don't know what told me to go in. I just walked in. Like I told you, I was already feeling good about the situation. I stepped in. I'm already going through the clearance. I'm going, you know what I'm saying, through the metal detectors. I don't even get my temperature checked for the COVID-19 thing. I'm already inside.
Right.
So now I'm inside of this courtroom. I'm in this courthouse, this so-called courthouse, and I'm looking on the docket. First thing I'm looking for is the inhabitant. You know what I mean? So I don't see the inhabitant's name on there. I see everything close to the inhabitant name, but my situation, the matter. So I go through the information desk and I ask them, hey, I don't see X, Y, and Z, and I'm looking to get some assistance with this. And they was like, okay, go upstairs and go to the docket department. So I go to the docket department, and when I walked and I got to that department, it was a young man and two women standing behind him. It was like, yeah, good morning. How can we help you? I said, hey, I'm here, X, Y, and Z. I'm talking the talk. I'm walking the walk. Everybody got quiet. The young man looked back at the young ladies and looked at me and said, oh, okay, you need to go to the clerk of the court because you don't see your name on there. They should have all the information and all, everything that's submitted so you can go ahead with your proceedings. So I go to the clerk of the court department after they told me they couldn't help me. And I speak to this young man and I asked him, hey, could you help me with X, Y, and Z? And when I asked him to help me with X, Y, and Z, he said, okay, you're looking for Miss Robinson? I said, yeah, I'm looking for Miss Robinson because, she's the clerk of the court. He's like, oh, okay. Well, did you check on the top of the roof next to the air ducts where the helipad is? and everybody in the room started laughing. I look around, I'm like, the hell, like, did he just say that for real? Like, just trying to make sure, I'm trying to make sure I'm good, make sure I ain't hearing things. Because I ain't gonna lie, I am a little focused, but I'm not that focused to where, I'm cutting off information. This man asked me, did I look on the roof next to the helipad where the air ducts is? Crazy thing I done heard.
Right.
Now remind you, I have to be in court on the 3rd at 9 o'clock. And I told you I'm already inside this building before 9 o'clock. Don't see my inhabitants' information on this docket. So, so I'm thinking, be cautious of time, because I don't want to be in the midst of the foolery or whatever. So, I get up out of there. I head back to the docket department, and when I go to the docket department, this young man, he heard me talking earlier, so he said, I'm sorry, so let's see what we can do. Let me see how I can help you. So I sit down with him. It's a glass door between me and him. He's sitting down, I'm sitting down. He asked me how I'm doing. I really don't want to talk, so I'm keeping it short. He said, okay, cool. Let's go ahead and pull up your case number. So if you got the hearing paper up, you can see that there's 2020 child support 020 something something. I can't remember the last three digits, but the number under it is a little shorter than that. It got 520. I gave them that number first. When I gave them that number first, the guy said, I'm not finding anything. Give me the other number. Give me the
silver
LC or D, something. Whatever he was asking. He said something. He said some initials or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. 2020 child support, blah 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 blah. He said, okay. Under this, all I see is the affidavits that you submitted. I said, yeah. And when he said I see the affidavits that you submitted, I started hitting his ass with a boom, 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 boom. This is what I submitted. He looked at me. He got quiet. He said, you know what? Go ahead, give me that case number again. He pulled a little green little sticky. He wrote down the 2020 child support, blah, blah, blah. And he walked off. And at that moment, I forgot to hit you up and let you know, hey, man, I'm in the fight. I'm here. So I started to email you immediately, let you know what was going on, give you the blow-by-blow. And as I'm giving you the blow-by-blow, the young man comes back and he said, hey, can I see your paper that tells you that you're supposed to be here? I said, okay. Boom. I go to the paper that says I'm supposed to be here at this time, at this date. So he said, thank you. He walks off. He comes back shortly after I send off my second email to you because I know I was blowing you up that morning. Right. But I just couldn't believe it. Like, at this point, I'm not even in the courtroom. Now, mind you, I look at the time. It's 8:50 at this point. So he comes back, and when he comes back, he has three other individuals with him, 2 males and a female. The female had this big ass thing of hand sanitizer, and she had it in the air. I don't know what the hell that was about, but she legit walked in the room with the hand sanitizer in the air, bro. So this one guy that he brought back with him, he had my continuance paper in his hand, and he got so close, I could probably smell his breath. You know what I mean? But I checked it before we even got that far. I was like standing right there where the guy left me at, so I just stood up at the chair that I was sitting in. He walked up to me smiling, and he was like, hey, how you doing today? Good morning. How can I help you? And I'm checking his vibes. I'm looking at the other 3 people before I respond because, I want to think before I speak. I started talking to him, and before I could, get into the talk real good, I asked him, hey, man, can I get some space a little bit? You know, like, I smiled while I said it, so I didn't want them to believe I was hostile or nothing. I was smiling, hey, man, can I get some space, you know, because of the virus and everything? So the guy backs up immediately. He didn't even say sorry. He just said, oh, yes, sir. Now, how can I help you? The lady cuts me off before I can speak, and she says, hey, if you were talking about the virus, can we get you to put the mask completely on your face? Because I had my nose cut off. Everybody does it, whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, so I'm talking to them, and after I started talking to talk, everybody nodded in agreement. It was weird. I swear it's like a damn Twilight, man. If I could give you a comparison to anything, man, it felt like they tried to have court right then and there.
Right.
So, you know, yeah, so I understand I'm on y'all territory. You know what I'm saying? I understand what's going on. So I'm thinking before I speak. I'm being extremely nice, and I'm making sure I'm knowledgeable of everything that I'm speaking of. So after they shook their head in agreement with each other, they was like, yeah, well, you know, sorry, we can't help you with this matter. You know, did you call this number? Did you visit this address? Did you hit up this email? You know what I mean? They're looking at the paper. They're looking at the same paper I'm looking at, and they can't give me any help.
Right.
So.
And they was the so hold on. So basically, they was with the court. They were with the clerk of the court.
Yeah, that was the clerk of the court. It's not one representative at this point. It's four of the representatives, and I'm sorry, it was three clerk of the courts and one guy from the docket department.
Okay, cool. Okay.
All right. So as I get done saying my spiel with them, and I'm walking past them, like at this point, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like, am I good? Like, because they're close as hell. After I just asked them to back up a little bit, they got close again. Right. As I'm getting ready to walk out the door. But then they made this gesture here. They opened the doors for me, smiling. You know what I mean? Have a good one. Please be good. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just like extra nice to me and shit. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. But after, you know what I'm saying? After I had that exchange with them guys, I looked down at my Apple Watch. I'm like, oh, it's 8:56. I said, no, I can't go for that. Boom, I'm gone. At this point, I done walked past everybody that said they can't help me, and I went straight to the courtroom where I supposed to been at, which was 6-J. If you got that showing. And when I went there, it was a young lady's desk that was right next to the courtroom. So as I'm getting ready to walk to the courtroom, a young man is speaking to the young lady whose desk is right next to the courtroom, telling us, "Oh, we don't know what's going on. We're sorry that they didn't give you all communication, but East Point is pushing way too many cases, and we're not accepting anything right now." Okay, I have this whole spiel with her. She tried to look up my stuff. She can't find it, so I walk out the courtroom. I'm ordering the lift, and I'm right back to the place that I stay in, that I use. So I'm in the place that I use, and I kind of gave you an update of what's going on, and then you replied to me. You asked me, "Hello, wait, so are you still there?" And with that question, it made me want to ask you, like, shit, should I go back? You know what I mean? Because I didn't get a dismiss all. I didn't get any paperwork. I didn't see a judge. I didn't talk to a person that could help me. The docket shows that the inhabitant name is not on the paperwork. Not on the list. I don't even have a courtroom I could go into. The judge that's supposed to be in this courtroom is not even in that courtroom. All right, cool. So that's the third. Going into September 4th. Going into staying in September 3rd, you told me to go ahead. Well, you advised me I should go ahead, and see what's going on with the Department of the Child Support people. So I hit them up the next day, top of the morning, probably like 10, 11 o'clock, whatever. So when I hit the lady up from East Point, the way I was talking, she wasn't going for it. She hung up in my face. She told me that she needed me to admit that, I am the inhabitant, and, that didn't get me no luck. So she hung up in my face. So I called back again, and I played the part. She opens up the information and then doubles back before opening up the information to ask me, "So what's your present address?" And I told her I didn't feel, I didn't want to disclose that information with her. And then she said, "Well, sir, I can't open this up for you." But I know she has it up because she was getting ready to spill her guts out. So I just told her that the old address and the old number, whatever she had on file, is that's my information. So she opens it up and she says, "Well, we see that you had a initial case or initial hearing at March, and then they moved it to April, And from April, it says that you're pending for September 3rd.
Yeah, hold on. Now hold on. They moved it till May. It was the 7th day of May, 2020.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, because you got in touch with me right after the notice of the hearing for continuance. But I got that on the screen too. It say the 7th day of May.
Okay, cool. All that stuff's a little fuzzy for me, man. I just know that September 3rd was the definite day for me.
Right.
So they moved it 3 different times. September 3rd would be the 3rd date. So, what did I do after that? I started probing. I started asking questions. I didn't make any statements. I didn't make claims. I asked a lot of questions, even to the point where she felt uncomfortable answering my questions. I asked her, after a certain amount of questions, I asked her even what's her name. She didn't want to tell me she gave me her last name. I asked her what's her first name. She didn't want to give me her first name. I said, she verbatim said we're not allowed to give out our first name. I said, oh, okay. Well, last name. This is what I'm trying to figure out. And by the way, what's going on with this judge right here? And then she said, what do you mean exactly? I said, is this judge hearing any cases, period? Because it was said to me, by a coworker that I work with, he told me that if you had already got a case, they're still seeing you about the cases that's open. But if you don't have a case, they told me that information. He asked me about my court case on the 3rd, the same day. I told him, I said, hey, man, it went weird. This is how it went, blah, blah, blah. He said, man, are you serious? That's crazy. I said, yeah, I know it's crazy. How did your court go? How did your court hearing go? He's like, man, it ain't looking good. I said, man, that's crazy, bro. You got to get with my guy. And I started putting them down on you again. So, yeah. So when I spoke to the young lady at that time, she couldn't really give me nothing. And it's crazy, man, because I'm still here looking for some type of, I guess, judgment or hey, you free to go, or hey, nah, you on child support, we're gonna garnish your wages, or shit, we looking to do damage. Like, nobody said nothing to me. Like, I went in there looking to fight and nobody was there showing up. I couldn't even get a Zoom conference meeting.
Exactly. but even by you saying that, you're basically saying the same thing that my ox said in the last testimony, that he was waiting for the phone call to come through and no one ever called him. Only thing he did was call back up there the next day and they said the case was dismissed.
Exactly.
But even in your situation, even in your situation, when you called, when you went up to the clerk of the court stated what about your case? What did the court say about your case?
We don't see anything about your case outside of it supposed to be today. I said, okay, so are we having court today? Nah, we're not having court because the court is closed. And I looked above my head, because I'm inside the building as she's saying this. I said, the court is closed? She said, yeah. I said, you talking about this building right here I'm standing in? I said, man, it's a facade, man.
Yeah.
It's a facade. Thank you, babe.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
So after a while, you was walking around trying to find somebody to speak to. So it was like you was, the one bringing the case when they was actually bringing the case.
Yeah, like you stated earlier, man. I was praying at first. Now it's looking like I'm the predator. People stepping out my way. They legit are moving out of my way, like physically moving out of my way, opening doors for me. Weirdest thing.
Exactly. So you said you also reached out to your child's mom.
Oh yeah. Okay. So on the day of the court date, when you got him? Okay, cool. So on the day of the court date, when I stepped outside of the courtroom, now remind you, I said I was supposed to be in at 9 o'clock. I'm stepping out of the courtroom probably about 9:30 at this point. So I called her and I'm like, hey, what's going on with the case? Did you get it canceled? Did you dismiss it? Did you did you take away the charges or whatever? She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, well, I'm standing in this court and there's no one here. They're telling me that the courts are not even open right now. She said, let me call you back. So she hangs up the phone. I'm still standing in front of the court, the so-called court at this point, and I'm waiting on my lift. And she called me right back. She said, well, I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what you're trying to do. Maybe you went to the wrong place, but on my end, on our end, it says that you have court today, and you need to figure that out. And you need to do something about that. That's exactly what she said.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said.
So what? So what happened after that between y'all two?
So basically, what I was telling you earlier, I had already put her down about how this Title 4D / is going down, and how you really doing more harm than you think you are actually getting remedy for your situation. And after I did that, she unblocked my number. She unblocked my second number. And she had changed her tone up a lot, because now she's starting to see where I'm coming from, because at first it was a thing of, oh, no, you're just trying to get out child support. Well, one, I'm not even on child support. Two, I'm not going for it. You know what I mean? And three, these are facts. This ain't an opinion. These are facts, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't make up all these years of damage. This ain't me doing it. So when I told her all that, and she started to see it for herself, her tone changed up a lot. Her tone changed up a lot, man. She started to be a nicer person.
Like my ox said in the last video, you know what I mean? So
yeah, man. Yeah, like bro said, I ain't talked to my child's mom in 10 years. Now she extra nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's how it is when they know that they gotta depend on you directly for assistance. You see what I mean?
Yeah, right. And I sent her a text message after everything happened, and I had to digress. You know what I'm saying? Like really taking it all in, seeing that I'm still a free man. As if y'all hearing this, man, I'm free, bro. I ain't no child support. I ain't looking crazy. I'm not down bad. I'm not none of that, bro. I'm free, man. Thank God, man. But when she started to see that, things wasn't going how she thought it was gonna be, now this is a text message I sent her. I said, hey, I got the text message here. Hold on, because it's not anything to go back and forth about. These are just trying to get the proceedings, or trying to figure out what's going on with the proceedings. I said, I called East Point, and they said that they're not updating the mails. There's no date. There's no data that they're going off of. And I say your people, but her people is her attorneys. But
right.
If your people were being honest with you, they would have told you that they were not at the hearing. Did they tell you that they were in a room or a meeting? Because I was in those rooms or in this supposedly meeting, and no one was there but me.
Right.
That's what I said to her, and she has not responded to it yet.
Yeah, because that's the truth. They received the documents and stuff. So, and like I said, they sent you this document saying that you had a court date on September 3rd. But like I stated before, when I told you earlier, see, they didn't expect you to come back as hard as you came back. And because you came back so hard that, you basically put them between a rock and a hard place. So now they like, okay, so now what we're going to do? Basically, they can't do nothing because, as you can see, they're running from you.
Yeah. I'm legit. Like, it got to the point where the young lady I was speaking to on the phone from East Point asking about the personal information of the judge. You know what I'm saying? Because I see that you're telling me that this judge is doing protective orders, but they're not doing a child support case. So, you know what I mean? Like, you obviously working somewhere, you know what I'm saying, in this state. So let me go ahead and at least reach out. At this point, I was being desperate just to try to handle it myself, because I don't need the government's assistance for nothing.
Right.
I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to stand on that.
Right. And it was crazy that any other date that you received, they sent you a notice of hearing for a continuance, letting you know that the hearing will be continued. But in this case, they still had you on the docket for the whole day. But then when you get to the court, your name not on there. They don't have any information about the case. So it's like, to me, it seems as though they're trying to get rid of the case altogether.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I told you earlier, man, I was told that I'm 27 years old, man, and within these 27 years old, all the times I've been to court, when they tell me I got to go to court and I show up and I relinquish all my jurisdictions, please believe we have a court that day, man.
Exactly.
We have a court that day.
Exactly. you even said that you had took off for work that day, so it basically felt as though you wasted money by showing up when nobody else was there.
Yeah, I wasted the whole day, man. Shit, like I said, man, my court appearance was supposed to be the 3rd at 9:00. Man, where I stay or the place that I use, man, I was back in the house by 10:15, man. Pissed, upset, trying to figure out what the hell happened.
Yeah.
I said, damn, I kept thinking to myself, I said, no, man, I missed the step. You know what I'm saying? Something happened. I didn't do something right. If I could give it a completion bar, I probably did 80%. I must be missing 20% or something, you know what I'm saying, or righteousness to get me out these restraints, bro, because like I hit you up initially, I told you, man, I'm trying to stop this shit before I even get into the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that I even got to walk into this so-called courtroom, I had adrenaline rushing off that because I wanted to go ahead and, you know, nip it in the bud, search and destroy. That was my mission.
Right, that was the mission.
I came ready to fight.
Yep.
That was the mission.
And that was the whole point, for you to get in there and say what you had to say that you need to do to get it done and over with. And you was well prepared, so even when you went in there, you know, for them not to, or try to pretend as though none of this stuff has happened, you know, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, speaking of which, I'm sorry, I left out one part. So, when guys, if you listening, if you willing to go ahead and do the fight, trust and believe when you get there to submit your proper paperwork and address and put the proper people on notice, they don't like that shit. They're not gonna help you. They're gonna act like they don't even know what you're talking about. They're gonna sit you down by yourself and watch you drown. And this is what I mean. I walk into the clerk of the court's office before my hearing, or, you know, continuing hearing, and I asked, you know, for this certain lady because she's the clerk of the court. You know what I'm saying? I want to go ahead and skip all y'all. I want to get to the big dog. So they telling me big dog ain't in there. This is how you do it. Go sit down over there and some instructions. I'm like, but I need help. I never done this before. She said, well, there are instructions over there. They're going to show you how to do it. So I sit down at the table. I get ready to put my paperwork saying everything going smooth until I get up to my second piece of affidavit. Something is acting weird with the computer. I can say user failure. I can say conspiracies, whatever, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? I get up and I go talk to the same lady that told me to go have a seat over there and do what I got to do. I say, listen, I'm having problems. I can't figure this thing out. You know, like the scanner's not working or whatever's going on. He says, well, you know, just go over there and try this. I said, I tried that. It's not working. She said, well, I can't help you. I said, okay, I guess, man. I just need some help, man. By the time I get to go back where I'm sitting at, the place where I'm doing my work at, I see her moving my mouse, bro. But she moving her mouse. She moving my mouse from her desk. So the whole time, they've been watching. Like, she can see what I'm doing.
Right.
She see what I'm submitting. She see who is it going to. She sees who's the defendant in error. Like, she see all this stuff. So the same person that didn't want to help me, she was watching me the whole time. And then not only the same person that was watching me the whole time, when I went back to court on the 3rd, after the guy told me to look for the lady on top of the roof and sent me to the, you know what I'm saying? Sent me to the clerk of the court. I walked up to her, no mask on, so she saw my face. And I remember her because she was sitting in the same desk. I said, hey, good morning. Good to see you again. She said, what? I've never seen you before. So tell me, man, am I just walking in courts wanting to imagine that I see familiar faces?
Nah,
man.
man. Yeah, I don't believe that.
Nah, bro. Nah, man. Nah, I don't believe it myself, and I was right there witnessing it.
Right.
It's like I hear these testimonies, bro. Like, and it's like some certain things, man, you just can't explain it. And this is one of those things I can't explain. I can't explain their weird energy. But I know why they got the weird energy. I know why they telling lies. But I can't explain it. But that's exactly what happened, man. This is my testimony.
Exactly. So let me ask you, are you on child support?
No.
Are they garnishing?
Absolutely not.
Are they garnishing your wages?
No, sir.
Have you paid anything to the child support agency?
No, I have not. I paid their ass some attention. I really wish I ain't pay that.
And so basically, we stopped it before it started?
We started before it started. Hey, y'all magnified, bro. Appreciate it, bro. I just thought about it. Yes, sir. Stopped it before it started, bro.
And that what your email said. When you came to me, you said what?
Hey, man, I'm going to go ahead and cut straight to the point, man. I'm trying to stop this thing before it starts.
And that's what we did.
Yeah, man. All glory to God, man. I really appreciate him for using you, man. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, bro.
Oh, you're welcome, Mark. Like I tell everybody, man, all glory and honor to the Most High Yah. As long as you attack it from the beginning. That's what I try to tell brothers. You know, it's easier if they coming after you in the beginning to face them head on. resistance with resistance. Don't just let them, take you into court, rule over you, then now you have to come to me and try to reverse everything that was already done. Or if they go to other people before me, then now you have to reverse everything that was done with that other person before they even came to me.
Yeah, you're right. I was looking at my situation and listening to the testimonies, looking at the remedies, and it's crazy. After getting the paperwork, I still was connecting more dots than ever before. But still, though, I looked at my situation and I said, "Damn, man, I'd be in a better place if I go ahead and tackle this thing before these court hearings start, man. Because it looked like once I get in there, I'm in there. I'd rather stay out of it. So it looked like that's what we did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly.
It didn't even look like what we did. That's exactly what we did.
Yeah, that's exactly what we did. Because like I said, any other time, because even your partner, like you said, he went into the court a few days before you went into the court, and he had his hearing. But when it came to you, all of a sudden the court, they have everything you filed into the court, but they have nothing else. No.
Yeah.
And how can they not? And it's crazy. How can they not have the court date when on the document that they sent you for the notice of continuance, that was from the Superior Court of Fulton County. So it's from the court. The court is giving you the date that they scheduled for you. But when you get there, all of a sudden, they act like the date was never scheduled. They don't have any information about the case. And now all of a sudden they got you looking like you're crazy. That's why they asked you for a copy of it. And when they got a copy of it, they still couldn't explain.
And then the look on their face, it's like, bro, you bugging. You know you're not supposed to be here, right? Why you even showing up like this? You ain't even had to do all this. I know what you're trying to do. Don't even do this, please. We got so many million. I Googled this yesterday. How many Americans are in, the United States? It is 326 million kings and queens walking around asleep, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Now you see when I say once your eyes are open, ain't no more closing them, man.
No, I can't even. It's like I told you earlier, the hardest thing I could say for somebody to actually put one and one together and get two, it's like they woke up my spirit, bro, and then my spirit was like in hibernation. And it's like, yarning mad. Like, what y'all want? Who woke me up? What is the matter?
Exactly.
And how can we fix this? You know what I'm saying? Leave me be. Don't touch me. Get behind me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I can also tell them what happened when the police pulled you over that time when you got with me.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, bro, I was wrong. She didn't. My lady, she didn't get pulled over in Maryland. She got pulled over in Virginia, bro.
Oh, okay.
But anyway. So I'm in the city or whatever, and it's on a Saturday. The police officer pulls me over. I got two police testimonies, like they real quick. But anyway, the police officer pulls me over. He's doing his whole little ritual. I haven't said nothing this entire time. The guy is he's getting frustrated. I can see it in his face. It's like he wants me to say something, but I have nothing to say, bro. You got me pulled over. You know what I'm saying? You wasting my time. I'm really trying to get to this money right now, but you hindering me right now. So he says at the end of our exchange, he said, man, so this is your court date. This is when you got to come. Like, what's going on, man? You haven't said a word, man. You okay? Are you deaf or are you mute? Like, what's the problem? So I'm just staring at him. I'm just looking. I have nothing to say, of course. And then he says, he pull out his pen out his little shirt. You know how they always got a little pen up there. He pull out his pen and he say, man, come on, man. I just need like a emergency contact or something for you. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, you got my ID. You know what I'm saying? You got everything you need. Even the picture is on there. You know what I'm saying? What emergency contact do you need? I never heard a police officer say this before. And when he asked for that, and when he asked me what's wrong, am I mute or am I deaf or something, I said, hey, man, I don't answer questions. He said, oh, okay. He put his pen back in his shirt. He bagged up from the truck. He said, I'm sorry. Have a good day. I cranked up my truck, and I got the hell on.
So did you ever get a ticket?
Now, I got the ticket because I didn't handle myself the way I should have. You know what I'm saying? I just kept quiet. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't say nothing at all. So I got that ticket, but that's going to get handled, though. I'm going to give y'all another testimony because, bro, I see it now. It's making sense now. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And like I was telling you earlier, my lady got pulled over in Virginia, man. And when she got pulled over, the police officer said, hey, I got you at a unlasered 50 doing doing 60 in a 45 unlasered. Unlasered? What the hell is an unlasered? I never heard that before.
Right. Meaning he eyeballed her speeding.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the crazy thing you gotta, not even crazy, but the key thing you gotta keep in mind, man, I'm not making any of this up, man. I can't make this stuff up. All of this stuff happened in the span of a month, bro.
Yeah, and it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. But like I said, that's why, you know, we didn't have any documents that we can put up from the courts, because the courts act like it don't exist. So that's why I put the notice of hearing up for, you know, or excuse me, the notice of hearing for the continuance up, so everyone can see that you actually did have a court date. But when it was time for the court date to show up, then nobody had any type of basically can recognize that you even had a court date scheduled. And it's just crazy. So, I mean, I just don't understand that as well. But like I stated before, once you start applying that pressure and coming right back at these people, man, they will make it go away. You just have to be willing to go through it and be willing to stand up. And especially in your situation, you see, you was never on support. But what they were trying to do is establish the parent-child relationship to get you on support. But once you went in there rebutting the presumptions and putting everything back in its proper standard, they knew they had nothing to stand on. And because they didn't have anything to stand on, it seemed as though they basically said, let's get rid of it. So now it's no trace back to you. Even when you called the agency said, yeah, we have this number. And you was like, well, okay, so what happened on the court date? They couldn't even tell you, you know, what happened with the court date. And that's the sad part about it.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Even speaking to the agency, man, I had to let them know I wasn't the average Joe. I told them, man, I know this attorney, I know this is assistant attorney general, I know this person, I know that person, I know all these names. So go ahead, give me more information than what you're giving me. I know you see something on that screen. What about the judge? Can I get her phone number? No, give me her direct line. Can I get the address? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
She didn't want to say nothing to me. She couldn't help me, bro. She legit could not say nothing that'll give me the next date, the next time, the next thinking, the next nothing.
Yeah, because like I said, after this, like that what I was showing them on the screen, the notice of the continuance, so they can see that, you know, before you got with me, they sent you a notice of continuance before your court date. But this time, you never received a notice of continuance after this court date, and they act like the court date never even happened or was scheduled to happen.
Yeah. Like I said, they faces they was giving me when I told them exactly, you know what I'm saying, what I'm doing and what time I'm doing it. It was like, man, I don't see none of this stuff, man. This cat making it up, bro. He can't be, you know what I'm saying? Like I just came up here willingly at 8 o'clock in the morning, man. Y'all got to quit it, bro. Come on, man. Give me something more than that.
Yeah.
I thought y'all at least were going to show up for the fight.
Exactly. Then he said, give me a copy of the continuance letter and let me see it. Like you was lying. Then you give it to him. He go in the back and get more people to come out, and they all acting nice to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, what the hell? Like, bro, and then the hand sanitizer. I ain't letting that go, bro. Why you got the hand sanitizer in the air? There's a lot going on right now. Like, y'all folks weird, bro. Like,
yeah, they wild, man. They wild. All right, but
I listened to I listened to the testimonies, and I was like, man, ain't no way in Georgia, bro, they gonna rock like that. Them folks gonna be straight and narrow. But nah, they play games too, man. That's all I had to say.
Yeah, because you like I said, you jump right on it from the beginning. That's what I tell everybody. You know, it's a lot easier, you know, before it start, to start putting your documents in and, you know, make sure you got everything ready, have your ducks in a row and be prepared for this fight. You know?
Yeah. And
9 times out of 10, when they receive the documents, they don't want to go forward.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not on and they don't have no type, like for instance, remember I told you my ARC I helped for free, right? My brother helped for free. We filed those paperwork in at the end of January, beginning of February. To this date, they have not responded back, haven't given him a court date, haven't given him anything. The case is just sitting there. My ARC asked me, he said, he asked me, should we file a motion to dismiss? And I asked him, I basically told him, I said, there's no need to file a motion to dismiss, because once you file a motion, you give the court jurisdiction automatically. You give the court jurisdiction to, the main reason why they give the court jurisdiction is because you ask the court to do something for you. If the court didn't have any jurisdiction, there's no point in asking them to do anything for you. And also, when you ask the court to do something, they have the right to accept or deny what you're asking them to do. So if you file a motion to dismiss, you just waive your jurisdictional challenges. Why? Because now the court can deny your motion to dismiss, and then they can make an order in against you. So once you put up, once we filed them documents to the court, stopped everything, I told them the case will just disappear. So you were the prime example of a case that just actually just disappeared.
Yeah, and then my lady, man, she been real supportive about this whole thing, even from the beginning. She asked me, she like, so what? You know, is the case in limbo or something? I said, babe, you don't even understand, man. Like, yeah. you gotta like listen to the order of how everything is happening, man. This case is done, man.
Oh yeah,
this shit done. They ain't got nothing. They have nothing.
They have nothing, and that's why they trying to make it disappear, because they know they have nothing. Yeah, and even at the bottom, it has the attorney for the plaintiff's signature on there and everything. You know, they have the signature for the by the Child Support Services Office on there and everything. You see, they have the date, everything on there, man. You know, so
the thing that stood out to me the most was they actually wrote that. That ain't no printout. That's a human writing that right there at that very moment when they sent them papers out.
Right.
And I don't know what the 45 or the 44 number down there is supposed to be about, but yeah, man, that paper is damn near is unprofessional anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot going on right there, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Because I remember I asked you, I asked you why it's wrinkled. You said because you actually balled it up.
Oh, yeah, cause I was pissed, man. I was like, man, bro, like, I was doing what everybody else was gonna do, man. I ain't gonna listen to that shit. I'm not gonna acknowledge it. But hey, man, like you say, man, like you say a lot in your videos about jurisdiction, man, and not running, bro. Like, silence is accepted. And speaking of silence is accepted, man, hey, so-called court of Georgia, you know what I'm saying? The entity of, you know, all that right there.
Right.
Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Your 21st day was on the 3rd, my guy. You ain't said nothing.
They ain't say nothing, and that's why he didn't have a hearing. You see? Yep. But I ain't gonna hold you, Ak. I know it's a Saturday night, you know, and you chilling with your family and everything. So I'd like to thank you again, Ak, for giving me this testimony. Do you have any last words you'd like to give the brothers before you leave?
Hey, man, y'all, everybody said, you know what I'm saying, keep fighting, man. I say keep studying, bro. I say that because like, even when I talked to y'all Magnified today, I told him I got different situations, and I'm still trying to figure out what's my first initial, you know what I'm saying, pop off, how I'm going to get it started, or if you guys could, you know what I'm saying, have a better understanding of what I'm saying. How do I come in here flawlessly and leave out with a brutal beating on them, not on me? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I just wanted God to bless my mouth, my ears, and my eyes. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it, I want to hear it, I want to be able to, you know what I'm saying, put it out there so they can know that I'm a man of God, bro, period.
Exactly.
That's all I want to say.
And by you asking, the Most High say, you ask and you shall receive.
You shall receive, man.
So.
Yeah, man, I rendered all that stuff back to Caesar. You got it.
Run it all the way back to him.
You got it, bro.
That's it.
You got it, man.
I
appreciate you again, y'all, man. I appreciate you again, bro. I'm gonna definitely keep in contact just in case if somebody wanna call it out, call my bluff or whatever. Hey, man, you got the paper right there on the screen. You wanna call me? My story will never change. But when it updates, if they get the nuts to update it, y'all are here.
Exactly. Correct. Yes, indeed. All right, Doc. So, you know, they heard it from you. You know, before you leave, one more time, have you ever paid child support?
Never.
All right. Are you paying child support now?
No, sir.
All right, cool. Stopped it before it started?
Definitely. Yeah, man. Definitely.
All right, so I ain't gonna hold you no longer, Ak. You be blessed out there, my brother.
Hey, do the same, man. Shalom.
All right, shalom, Ak. Peace. All right, so you all heard it from him. That's all I'm gonna do for today. If you all need my help, hit me up in my email at y'allismagnified@gmail.com. Especially for those brothers who are not on support and they're trying to establish the support order against you. Hit me up, guys. I'm trying to tell you, man. You know, it's a lot that you gotta, you know, understand before you go into these courts. But again, it's the Sabbath. You all be blessed out there, man. Enjoy y'all day. With that being said,